before we go to the video, I want to talk about the talent build that I was using. This is something that I was using for Mythic Terros, and there's a lot of variations. Now, there's a lot of variations in terms of the class tree because I am running Leaping Flames. Leaping Flames with the Echo build, which is what I'm using right now, can be very, very hard to optimize because a lot of the times you might be like, okay, I'm gonna use my Fire Breath, I'm gonna get a bunch of empowered, empowered level, and that means I'm gonna proc my Leaping Flames, and then all of a sudden you have a bunch of Echoes out there, and you press Living Flame on the boss, and one of the Living Flames is gonna go and heal your friendly target. You're going to proc all the Echoes when you didn't want to. So Leaping Flames can be awkward to optimize, especially when running the Echo build, because during the Echo build you're doing a lot of ramping like a Discipline Priest. So if you know how to play around this, it can be very good if you don't pay attention to your Leaping Flame procs. But if you have Leaping Flames active, you have Stasis active, and then you use your Leaping Flames to DPS the boss, a couple of those Leaping Flames are gonna go and heal your friendly targets, and that is going to go into your Stasis, which is probably something you didn't want. So if you're running Stasis, if you're running Echo build, and if you're running Leaping Flames, be very, very aware of the Leaping Flames procs when you're using your Fire Breath and things like that. Very, very important. Now, in terms of the class tree, a lot of different variations here. A lot of people tend to go with Time Spiral, especially because a lot of the bosses further down in Vault of the Incarnates require that movement. But outside of that, I think a lot of people will have something similar to this. Again, if you don't run Leaping Flames, you don't have to if you can't manage it. In terms of the spec tree alone, I actually think this is becoming somewhat of a default build for the Echo build, and I think Echo is becoming more and more popular because of the tier set, if you have the 2 set and things like that. So there is a few things that I could change. Maybe I could get more points in the grace period, but overall I'm relatively happy with what I have. You need to have Life Bind. It's a huge portion of your healing and Emerald Communion because you're becoming like a Discipline Priest type of... We'll talk about this. So in terms of gearing, I do have 2 set bonus, which is very important for the Echo build and things like that. I think it does add a decent amount of value to it. I do have a lot of crit and a lot of mastery, which is one of your best stats. And I do have things like, this is Potion Inhibitor Embellished Ring. So why do I have this? Increases the duration of Dragon Isles potions by 50%. This is very, very important because if you are using a Temporal Anomaly costs like 19,000 mana. It is a huge mana drain to your resources. So mana is going to be a big problem with Preservation Evoker if you spend or do end up using Temporal Anomaly, which you probably will if you're running this build. So how do you deal with this? Use things like Potion of Chill Clarity. You can see it right here. Reduces the mana cost of all spells by 100%, but also increase the cast time by 40% for 12 seconds. This is rank 2. Rank 3 is something like for 15 seconds. But I'm not paying 1,000 gold for a potion. I'm sticking with rank 2 for the time being. But what that means, the reduction, all spells by 100%, but also increases the cast time by 40%, doesn't really get applied to empowered spells. So, think about this. If you have the embellished, and again, you can have multiple different slots. You don't have to have a ring. But if you have an embellished slot with this potion inhibitor, means that your potions or Potion of Chill Clarity is going to last for longer, means you can fit in more things. If you look at the default mana potion right now, this is rank 3, it restores 27,000 mana. Just think about this, and this is just an example. Let's say we're using our Potion of Chill Clarity, and I'm just gonna try and fit in a couple of Temporal Anomalies. I'm gonna fit in things like Dream Breath, things like Spirit Bloom, things like, again, another Temporal Anomaly, and then just, like, you know, just keep using my abilities. You can see here on my UI, this is the duration of the potion. By just casting 2 Temporal Anomalies in this situation, by just casting 2 of them, we can go back and see the cost of the actual Temporal Anomaly. It's 18 points, it's almost 19,000 mana. So you're getting a huge value back from using this potion, using potion inhibitors, over your default mana potion, like I said before, 27k or something along those lines. So, huge advantage to using this, because as a Preservation Evoker, you're going to run into a lot of mana issues. And again, that's something to consider. But overall, this is my build, this is my gear set, this is my stat priority. Again, people talked about mastery, crit, very, very important. And again, getting those potions, very, very important. Let's go. Again, I don't want this video to be too long.
AoE.
Watch your step. Watch your
Avoid.
step.
Clear.
You.
AoE. Drop.
Target you. Watch your step. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch
Avoid.
your step.
Clear.
Target you. Watch your feet.
Oh!
Dodge.
Special coming.
Clear.
Target you.
AoE.
Watch your step. Watch
Avoid.
your step.
Clear.
Target you.
AoE. Drop.
Target you. Watch your step. Watch
Avoid.
your step.
Clear.
Target you.
Dodge.
Special coming.
Clear.
Target you.
Debuff. AoE. Debuff.
Watch your step. Watch your
Avoid.
step.
Clear.
Target you.
AoE.
Watch your step. Watch
Avoid.
your step.
Clear.
Target you.
Debuff. Debuff. Dodge.
Special coming. Watch your feet.
Clear.
Target you.
AoE. Drop.
Target you. Watch your step. Watch your
Avoid.
step.
Clear.
Target you.
Drop.
target you. Watch your feet. Watch your step. Watch your
Avoid.
step. Target you.
How did I not die? How did I not die?
Dodge.
Special coming. Danger, danger.
Yes. How did I not die at the end? How did I not die at the end, dude?
If Kurag can manifest creatures this powerful,